Hi everyone. So for an experiment idea that I potentially had was a potential one. I kind of bounced back and forth between maybe the role of communication in romantic relationships on mental health, so the importance of it. But the one I decided to finalize and go with is the effect of relationship quality on mental health. I believe this has already been done before out there in public, but for me, this is a good experiment because it can I do believe that relationship quality does have an effect on mental health since relationships are a huge part of our mental health and social. But the constructs of this experiment would be relationship quality and mental health. So relationship quality would be the perceived level of this, oh hey, like how close or how distant you are to the people around you, and mental health would be like how is your overall being in coming into play with this and whatnot. And the optimizations for the relationship quality would be getting two groups, and this would be self-report for the most part, like a questionnaire maybe is where you get one group who has more positive and more stronger relationships on the higher side, while you get a second group whose relationships around them quality who isn't as high and who's a little bit more lower on the other side, or basically who don't feel as satisfied, on feeling supported and whatnot. And I believe you could just use this by quality relationships. That's just how you'd be able to measure it. Then for mental health, you can maybe use one of the is it a 7 item scale, I believe, and you can use the or like the Beck Depression Inventory to just evaluate depression symptoms just to see what your mental health need to be anxiety. And measurements is once again you can use those scales. Then the independent variables for this would be relationship quality, which would be high versus low, which would be 2 levels. And the dependent variable would be the changes in mental health as they would be measured by the test. And finally, the design type for for this experiment at least would be an independent groups design because you would have two groups comparing to each other, and this isn't really, and this is more to be measured. This isn't manipulated. This isn't really a controlled environment kind of experiment. So, yeah, my experiment would be basically how the effect of relationship quality on mental health, or how the effects of a relationship quality on mental health can have effects. This first one probably sounds a lot more better, but I decided to go with this one for today or tonight, I guess.